Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today Jeff and I are going to do an assumptions video. So this video was really popular back when I was pregnant, and I think I didn't do it because I was too sensitive to answer these assumptions or see what people assumed of me. Like I was just, I don't know, I'm like another level of sensitive when I'm pregnant, I think. So I think I'm all right. I think I'm all right to do it this time, but I thought I would bring him along with me. It's kind of like a Q&A in a way, but I thought we would change it up a little bit this time. So I asked on Instagram for you guys to give me your assumptions about me or Jeff or our family or relationship or whatever, and I thought that we would clear some of these up. So, are you nervous? We're probably about to get roasted, but...
What if it's just like, I assume your husband is a douchebag, like 20 times?
Well, they would be wrong. I assume Jeff wishes he spoke Spanish. I assume you would love to go on a cruise.
I do wish I spoke Spanish. My mom speaks fluent Spanish. She grew up basically on the US-Mexico border in a little town called El Ranchito, which is by Brownsville, Texas.
But you do have like a Spanish accent. Like when you do pronounce things in Spanish, it is pretty sexy when he says like queso and stuff. I remember when he first said that when we went out to a Mexican restaurant, he was like, we'll take some queso, and I was like, ooh. And the other one was about a cruise. Heck no, we went on a cruise for our honeymoon and it was the worst thing ever.
It's because you were sick the entire time.
Yeah, okay, I was sick the whole time and he just ate the whole time. There was nothing else to do.
I gained 15 pounds because I would go and check, are you okay? And she'd be like, ugh, and I'd be like, all right, you're all right. And I would go to a different buffet.
It was not for me. Like even, I don't even think I would, like I'm gonna be on land and like, I don't know. I get really seasick or just like motion sickness in general. And I don't think a cruise is my thing. I would love to go on a vacation, but that would not a cruise. This person assumes that being a stepmom isn't easy for me. I mean, is being a step parent really easy for anyone? I don't think so, but I mean, for the most part, like Sydney makes it really easy. She's not a difficult child. She's really, really good, really, really sweet. And we've never had any issues, the two of us. I mean, I've never had any issues with her mom. Like, I feel like our relationship is really good. I don't think it comes easy to anyone, but I think you learn as you go. See, you were a straight A student. I was a straight A student. I think I got a B one time and I cried. I don't know, I was really hard on myself, I guess. So a B to me felt like
teacher's
failure.
Pet.
But I was a straight A student. You have always felt like you were meant to be a mother and a wife. Yes, I definitely grew up knowing that I wanted to be a mom. You and Jeff hardly ever fight, and when you do fight, I win. We
don't ever fight that much.
We don't fight a lot. We might have like disagreements here and there, but they don't last very long. It's just kind of like we talk through them and then that's it. And I wouldn't really consider anyone really winning. You know, I don't think we try to like outdo each other like by.
I generally want to get us back to being happy with each other. So if that means that one of us has to give in a little bit, then I'm probably the person that does.
I'm a people pleaser. That's what the assumption was. And would you consider me a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a people pleaser. I'm not proud of that by any means, but
why aren't you proud of that?
Because I feel like...
Is that a negative thing? Is being a people pleaser negative? You don't let people walk all over you, but
no, I definitely don't. I think it has its pros and it has its cons. I think it's more of a con. I don't enjoy feeling like I have to please everyone because I don't. But for some reason, like that's just how I've always been. I've always been that way. I want everyone around me to be happy. And whether it comes at a cost that I have to pay, I just want everyone to be happy around me. So I just kind of suck it up. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. You always wanted to marry a mature man, not for the boyish types. This is so true. I don't think I knew it until after my first marriage. And then I was like, I want a real man. I want a man and not a boy. We're not playing games. I'm not into the games, the drama, any of it. I want someone who knows what they want. And when I met Jeff, I was like, that's a man and he knows what he wants. So yeah, I mean, I definitely went for the more mature men, and I found the best one. You're a very independent and strong person and have given me the inspiration to be the same. Oh, well, thank you. I would definitely consider myself very independent. Would you?
Yeah, she doesn't ask my permission when she does all this to the house, so that's very independent.
But I mean, I don't ask for your help, so it's kind of a good thing for you, right? I just do it.
I don't have to put the stuff together from IKEA, so that's a bonus.
You and Jeff have the goofiest, funnest marriage. I mean, I have fun. Do you have fun?
I think we have fun. A lot of that fun circles around raising children, so it's not like spontaneous, do anything you want at any time fun, but I mean,
right. I think we have to make fun in the stage of life that we're at now, whether that's like making fun of ourselves and the situation that we're in and just getting through it together. I mean, parenting is hard and having multiple kids is hard, so just finding light in that situation to help us stay sane, I guess.
I don't think we take ourselves too seriously around each other, for sure.
I assume you're definitely not done having babies. I'm gonna say that's like a 60-40 split. You're so sweet and wear your heart on your sleeve. Am I sweet?
You're very sweet.
I do wear my heart on my sleeve for sure. I assume y'all are losing your minds with all the kids. You have 6, this person has 6, and she does every day. Yeah, we're pretty much losing our minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I grew up rich. I saw a few of these, that I grew up rich or I grew up wealthy. That is not the case. My parents were average. We were an average family. My dad worked, my mom didn't. She stayed home and raised us, which is a full-time job but with no pay. But we were definitely an average family, not rich, not wealthy at all.
Yeah. My parents bought the house I grew up in for like $30,000 in 1981, so they sold it for $100,000 10 years ago.
I think my parents did well with the money that they made. They made it go a long way, and I didn't realize that till I got older. They were just really good at budgeting their money, but we definitely were not wealthy by any means. That I was popular in high school. I don't really want to like classify myself as being anything in high school, because I don't I mean, I had a really weird high school experience. I graduated a year early. I took my senior year classes my junior year online through Texas Tech University. My junior year, I did the work program, so I left at noon, and then my sophomore year, I worked at the primary school for a few hours, and so I had a really weird high school experience. I don't think it was your normal. I wasn't at the school very, I don't know, it sounds weird, but like,
you weren't one of the cool kids.
Oh, you yell at your kids a lot. I mean, I don't want to say that I never yell at them, because there's a lot of assumptions on here that I'm like, you're so patient and all that. I do have a lot of patience, but if it gets to the level where I have to yell at the kids, they probably have like taken it to here, because usually I have to threaten with him, and he's the one who goes in and has to become the bad guy.
I'm the boogeyman around here, and I like it that way.
You were disappointed about having another boy. So when I found out that Crew was a boy, I did cry. I won't lie. I did really want to experience what it was like to have a girl, but that feeling didn't last long. Like, I had the initial shock, I think, and then after that, like, I was fine. Initially, yes, I think it was just like, if this is or was my last baby, I think it was just a little bit of like a shock, or, you know, not knowing if I would ever have a girl, but we're over it, aren't we, Crew? Huh? That they know me at Target. I don't know, I always go to the same lady when I check out, and she doesn't say anything, so she probably secretly does, she just doesn't say anything. But the people at Starbucks at Target do. I'll walk up and they'll be like, do you want the pumpkin cream cold brew with the extra foam and the pumpkin? I'm like, I'm gonna stand up with her. You answer some of those.
I answer some of these? You guys have an amazing, crazy sex life. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. How do you want to answer that, honey?
No comment.
You know what happens. We got a lot of kids, so let's not pretend nothing happens. You guys fought over baby daddy or baby mama in the beginning of the relationship. Jealousy, question mark. I don't know what that.
No.
Like fought to be like the favorite, or fought with each other's baby mama and baby daddy?
I think they're saying like we were jealous of the other exes, I guess, at the beginning.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we never had any of that at all.
Yeah, I mean, Carter's dad comes around. I've never been jealous or concerned or anything. Or
yeah, we've never had any of that an issue.
I'm over that. Brittany wears the pants in the relationship. Other than telling me exactly what to do and what to say and where to be and how to dress, I control everything else in my life. Your kids listen well and don't have meltdowns.
Oh,
I wish.
Yeah, they're angels, all of them.
Carter is really smart, and so Carter kind of schemes his way.
It's like conniving.
Yeah, and then Coop is just a nut, and he just is off the wall like crazy all the time.
Coop is our Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, he's like, the one that I probably yell at the most, but then also is the most loving and hugging. And then Cashy is really kind of seems like pretty happy-go-lucky until he gets mad, and then he gets super mad.
He goes from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah. And Sydney gives me a little of the attitude, a little roll of the eyes sometimes when she's in a mood.
Typical girl stuff, but for the most part, she's definitely the easiest.
You haven't started Christmas shopping for each other yet. Well, my wife may not have started Christmas shopping for me, but Amazon truck pulls up with 4 items a day. I mean,
you don't even know what I've done and what I haven't done.
You keep your friend circle small.
I definitely do. I don't have a lot of people that I would consider like really good friends, mainly because I have some trust issues, I guess, and I don't get very close to people in that way because I don't trust very well. And so I have my very best friend, and then I have like other, people that I would consider friends, but they don't know everything about me. Pretty much only my best friend knows everything about me, and I kind of like it that way.
Yeah.
Then I make a lot of money on YouTube. I saw another question about this, and it said, I assume that your husband makes a really good living, or else you couldn't live the lifestyle that you do, or something like that. If I did not do YouTube, we could not live the lifestyle that we live.
Yeah. My job is stable as far as income. We know what is bringing in each month. Whereas my wife's will fluctuate a little bit more, but the months that she does really well, like the holidays, around this time of year, she will greatly exceed my monthly income. So, there's a balance there, I think. I'm very thankful that she does really well through YouTube. Thank you for all the support that you give to her and our family, because it really does help support us with everything. You and your ex-husband are friends.
I wouldn't consider us friends. I think we are, what would you consider, amicable,
yes,
cordial with one another?
Right.
But I would not consider us friends.
We see each other a lot on like the sports fields when the kids are doing sports, in school events, but it's really kind of a friendly, hello, how you doing? I don't think that we're like gonna go have dinner with each other. Your body has bounced back amazing quick after all your babies. Yeah.
That's what they're assuming though. I don't feel like it has. Maybe I just hide it well. Like Spanx are great, but it's not that great, let's be honest.
We're doing okay. Jeff, he married up. I don't know how to take that.
I know, right?
I will say that my baseball friends, having seen her on social, have made the same comment, like, boy, Jeff, sure married up. Like,
I don't think so, honey. I don't think so.
Hey, I'm doing good.
That our house is always clean and organized. Heck no. If I turned this camera around and y'all saw my house right now, you'd be very disappointed.
Like,
it just doesn't stay clean. Like, I can clean all day long, constantly be picking up. It's not my intention to be messy or have an unclean house, but it just becomes that way when you have so many people living in a house.
Sometimes we just wave the white flag and we just say, do your worst, and like when they go to sleep, then we pick it up.
Yeah.
Or if I just have it up to, you know, then I will enforce the rules.
Yeah, it's definitely not always clean and organized.
I assume Jeff loves that you're doing YouTube. Yes, for people that don't know, I pushed her probably for a year or two before you did your first video. You used to go in the bath, you used to watch people doing YouTube, and I used to tell her all the time that I thought she would be great at it and she should give it a shot. And people don't realize all the work that goes into it. To get your first 1,000 subscribers on your channel takes how long? Like 6 months for you? It took forever.
I don't remember, but it was a big deal when I reached 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal, and most people don't make it to there. They just get, they get discouraged and they quit early before they get to that number, and that kind of lets you know that you're established, and if you wanted to keep going, you should. You secretly already want another baby, and I bet you do.
You have beef with other YouTubers, and who?
Who you got beef with?
Somebody wants to start something. I have no beef with anybody. I do not like drama at all. I don't have an ill feeling towards any other YouTuber out there. Like, I think it's totally unfair, especially if you haven't even met somebody. Like, how can you have beef with them? But the other
I got beef with that kid Ryan.
He made like $22 million last year.
Yeah, I got beef with that kid. How does he make $22 million opening presents? He's got his own cereal. He's on Nickelodeon.
Carter's got Ryan underwear.
Exactly.
We should have Brittany and Jeff underwear.
I would totally, sounds awesome.
You care too much about putting on a perfect portrayal of your family. No, I feel like I've never really done that. Like, my vlogs are real life, and I've never put anything out there that's not true. Like, you know, I'm not gonna film my kids having a total meltdown or us yelling at them. You know, I don't think it's fair to them. Just because it's not entertaining. Well, it kind of is entertaining to watch sometimes, because I usually laugh, but I don't think it's fair to the kids, you know? Like, who wants to be humiliated in front of people, you know what I mean? Like, if you're getting in trouble, nobody wants to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not right. But I've never put on this front that our family is something that we're not. I've always been like truthful, and, you know. I
think if you saw us out in public somewhere, you wouldn't see two different people. Yeah. The people on YouTube versus the people out. Right. We try to be good to people. We don't claim to be perfect. We love our kids, but sometimes they drive us crazy. What else? What else you got? That y'all have sex all the time. And I wish it were true. But I'm 40 years old and I can't handle sex all the time anymore.
You don't think that Jeff is funny when everyone else thinks he's hilarious?
She doesn't think I'm funny, ever. She thinks it's funny that people are assuming that she doesn't think I'm funny because it's true.
I think I'm like immune to it.
Watching or listening to me 2 to 3 times a week, you guys would be over it really fast. So I know that I'm good in small doses, and we'll keep it that way.
Some promo codes you give are products that you don't even use and maybe don't even like. So I did want to talk about this like a long time ago. I just didn't bring it up. Maybe I talked about it on Instagram. There have been companies that I have said, yes, I will try out your product. Yes, yep. I will talk about it if I like it. And I have had to tell them, I don't like your product and I cannot talk about it. That has happened. I say no to more things than you guys know. Like, the amount of things I say yes to are like 1%, and then 99% are things that I have to say no to. I am always honest about things that I talk about. They are never something that I would not use in my own private life. Like, I would never talk about something
I wanted you to take the check from the oatmeal in a mug company.
So I don't want to talk bad about any.
They don't know which oatmeal in a mug
right
company.
I know. I don't want to talk bad about any company, because it's not their fault that they said something to me that I personally didn't like. And I could just never, like, my conscience could never live with that if I told you guys, hey, I like this product, when I don't. So no, I don't do that. You enjoy having a young wife. My husband does. He's 14 years older.
Well, good for you, Guy. And I never intended, just so we can put this out again, because whenever I mention that we're a different age and I'm older, people are always like, oh, how much older is he, and is that illegal or weird? So I'm 11 years older. I'm 40 years old. We met when she was 23. I was 34.
Yeah.
And when we met through Match.com. I looked at her profile and moved on. I thought she was pretty, but I thought she was too young. And she saw that I looked at her profile and she winked back at me, which started the conversation that led to a first date. I still didn't get my hopes up, although I really liked her a lot. And the second date on, I thought she was a girl that I could marry. And here we are.
So essentially you're saying I started it.
So she pursued me until I took the reins on that one. That you are not a sports person.
Nope. And I won't even pretend to be. I will not pretend to be one of those girls that thinks that football is so awesome. The only thing, like, I will watch golf. I don't hate watching golf. And I will watch gymnastics on TV all day long. But he thinks gymnastics is not a sport, and we're not even going to open that can of worms.
Don't get offended.
So.
Any sport where there's judges and it's subjective, to me, is...
You can't even do a front roll or a handstand.
I can do a cartwheel
don't even.
And a front roll, and I could balance on something. I went to gymnastics when I was like 11 years old.
You
and
also did like tap dancing and ballet.
Well, yeah, but I was 8 years old, and you don't know any better when you're 8 years old. And I did the pommel horse, and I did the rings, and I could probably hold a pike position. I know what that is, like that.
You are correct.
Boom.
But he still doesn't think it's a sport, even though I broke my back doing it.
Not a sport.
I'm an introvert. I am kind of an introvert. I'm like an extroverted introvert.
What is that? That makes no sense.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. But I am probably an introvert. Like, I don't love crowds of people. I prefer to be in my house by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both prefer,
however, when I am out in a public setting, I can be a normal person and carry on the conversation. Like, I'm not like...
Yeah, you're not... It's not that you hate people. It's just you prefer more intimate, one-to-one relationships rather than being like big crowds.
That's what I mean by an extroverted introvert.
Why does everybody think you wear the pants in this relationship? There's so many... I assume Brittany wears the pants. Is it because I let her do my house up in signs? You grew up without a father. That's interesting. That's an interesting assumption. Because I'm your daddy now?
I grew up with a wonderful father. So I also saw somebody else say that they assumed that my parents were not together. No, my parents are divorced. They divorced back in 2014, I think. My dad is still in my life, like 100%. He just lives a little bit further. He lives like an hour and a half away now. So, but yeah.
Your father's a great guy.
I definitely grew up with my dad.
We both get along really well. I asked him for permission to marry Brittany, so you know, we all get along with Dad really well. I assume that you don't know how to relax and not be doing some sort of project.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about what the next project I'm going to do.
We never really like just sit there and like don't do anything.
Which is not a good thing. I think that we should do more of that, but it makes me feel guilty for some reason. I feel guilty when I'm not doing something, and I think you have the same problem.
We always feel like there's something to be done, and generally there is. There's something always hanging over us, so.
All right, guys, so that is it for today's roasting video. It really wasn't that bad, honestly. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought we would just put a little twist or a spin on the usual Q&A and do something different like this. Thank you so much for watching this one. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this type of video. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. I would love to have you here, and I will see you guys all in the next vlog. Bye.
Bye.